This is such a good one. Such a great question I got. How can I tell the difference whether I'm hypervigilant or thinking and smart and strategic and attentive? That really is a good question. For one, I would say if you are asking yourself that, then you are already extremely on the right track to resolve any compulsion and any conditioning that is leading to hypervigilance. What is the difference? How can you discern it? Hypervigilance is searching for an answer, demanding an answer. And alert and smart and strategic is searching for the right questions. And not being too troubled during the time the answer is not yet there. In hypervigilance, it is almost unbearable to sit in an unresolved situation or in an unresolved question or impulse, right? You have to know what's behind that door. What will we do today? That classic example, if the boss writes an email, see me on Monday, but it is Friday afternoon and the workday has ended and you cannot resolve it now. So then it's normal to wonder, is there a problem? Do they want to fire me? Because that email is so cryptic, you cannot read anything from it, any vibe, is that positive or negative? And it is not paranoid to think there might be a reason they did not specify in that email what it's about. Now, but hypervigilant, that would be coming to the conclusion that there must be something wrong. And then the entire weekend that thought loop ruminates on its own and will come with scenarios how you will react. If there's an allegation maybe against you, or they want to fire you, or how you can defend yourself, or what you can do better, what you have done wrong maybe. That type of rumination, revolving around what is possibly catastrophic. But in reality, it's not clear at all, right, what this will be about. Smart and strategic and alert disposition is doing something a little similar, but not out of a compulsion, but directed by you and in a broader spectrum. So that spectrum is not narrowed by panic to the catastrophe, but instead it widens to planning and brainstorming. That question, is there a problem? Did I mess up something? Will they fire me? That will naturally also come up, but just as one of many options and not with a heavier weight. The reason they want a meeting with you could be about something so boring that they did not even bother to mention it in the email. Or it could be something slightly embarrassing for them, so they don't want to put it in written. Like, can you help me figure out what this is about? Or it could be positive news that they want to surprise you with, to see your face when they tell you, and they don't want to give it away. Or it could be something that is not good when it leaves a paper trail, like somebody forgot to do something, and now they want to ask you how you can help repair it so that nobody notices, and so on and so on. So there can be so many reasons why this is not negative for you. And if something comes to your mind that requires your preparation, then if you're not hypervigilant, you can still think about it, but don't default to solution in one corner only, right? If you think, wow, if they fire me on Monday, that would be really problematic for me, very difficult, then yes, you would think on the weekend what you would do in case of getting fired, and find that it's always good to know, think every once in a while, regardless, what to do in case you were to get fired, just as a plan B. just as a thought experiment, right? Not connected to probability or fear. And that might be, yeah, it's good to have my favorite clients all in one folder on my own device. And I should maybe always have some screenshots of the nice conversations with clients where they expressed that they enjoyed so much working with me. These things can come up when you're solution-oriented without panic. That is smart strategic alert. And in hypervigilance, we tend to not even be able to access that solution-oriented open thinking because we're more in avoidance. Hypervigilance actually has a high cost, not just nerves, but also for career and ability to use logic. Right? When we're not hypervigilant, we execute better. And then we can calmly sit at the lake with a sandwich and strategize, what would I do if I got fired? And these things. And the brain will then cooperate and brainstorm solutions for us. Because it is not under stress, because it understands it as hypothetical. While hypervigilance makes us feel as if the thing we fear is actually real. It cannot discern between a thought experiment, what might be the worst case that happens, and I am in immediate danger and threat now. So it fires all these things that make us want to run away and fight and defend ourselves and not think about the future or plan properly. It gives us only catastrophic thoughts. Hypervigilance asks, what did I do that could get me fired at 2 a.m.? Alert, strategic and smart asks, how can I meet my favorite client next week? And what would my ideal job situation look like anyway? Strategic and alert is not identity related and also not about your performance, your character and these things. Only hypervigilance is like that. And strategic is also not making assumptions. It is just putting so many different eventualities out there and then looking at them. So how can you know whether you are currently being hypervigilant or alert, strategic and smart? Whether you enjoy open-ended questions and finding the right questions and enjoy sitting with the open questions. If you cannot let questions ferment for a length of time, if you want to answer them or you package them into something productive like a LinkedIn post or something, then you are being hypervigilant. If you cannot sit in uncertainty, if by default you have to anticipate, you are being hypervigilant. And that is not a judgment. That is just a disposition that is very, very understandable that many of us have it. Because we experience so much negative judgment, of course we are conditioned to anticipate how we can prevent it. And the mean thing that comes on top of that is that being in hypervigilance, we do not notice that we are being driven at that moment. We think we're being smart and attentive, but that it's just a nervous system reaction with a prediction calculator that is totally out of proportion. That is not how it presents to us. It's something the nervous system does to us. It is hyper ready to defend us, even when that is not necessary or not helpful, because it has been conditioned to do that through so many past painful experiences. Our nervous system assumes difficulty. It assumes disaster. They don't call me because they don't like me. That is hypervigilance. And learning about that condition and identifying it in ourselves, seeing it when it comes and being like, wait a moment, that is just that autopilot again. They did not actually say anything negative, did they? I wonder what happened to me that I have this disposition. That is being alert, strategic, and smart.